Use the given information to find the unknown value. Y varies jointly as z and the square of x, and inversely as t and the square root of w. When z is equal to 9, x is equal to 3, t is equal to 9, and w is equal to 81. Then y is equal to 1. And then we want to find y when z is equal to 3, x is equal to 4, t is equal to 9, and w is equal to 144. So the first thing we need to talk about is our form. So y varies jointly as z and the square root of x. So what that means is, in the numerator, y is going to equal k times z times the square of x. And then it says inversely, which means now we're going to divide as t and the square root of y. So that means we're going to take t and multiply the square root, of w, not y. And so therefore, there is our form. And now for step 2, we know what's given is that z is equal to 9. We know that x is equal to 3. We know that t is equal to 9. We know that w is equal to 81. And we also know that y is equal to 1. And we want to be able to solve for k. So using this formula, y, which is equal to k times z times x squared over t times the square root of w. So we know that y is equal to 1. And we have k times z, which is 9, times x, which is 3, and we're going to square it, all over the value of t, which is 9, times the square root of w, which is 81. So now we have 1, which is equal to, well, this is 9, 3 squared is 9, so 9 times 9 is going to give us 81. That's 81k. And then in the denominator, we know that the square root of 81 is 9, so 9 times 9 is going to give us 81. So now what that tells us is that 81 divided by 81 gives us 1, so we know that k is equal to 1. And so now we know that our form is going to look like the following. Y, which is equal to 1, so if k is 1, then we just have z x squared all over t times the square root of w. And now what we want to do is we want to solve for y for when z, so we want to solve for y for when z is equal to 3, x is equal to 4, t is equal to 9, and w is equal to 144. So now we're going to plug it into our form in number 4. So we know that z is 3. We know that x is 4, and we want to square that. And we're going to divide that by 9, which is t, times the square root of 144. So y is going to equal 3 times 4 squared, which is 16. And then this is 9 times the square root of 144 is 12. And now let's just simplify before we multiply. We know that 3 goes into 9 3 times. And we know that 4 goes into 16 4 times. And we know that 4 goes into 12 3 times. So we have 1 times 4, which is 4, over 3 times 3, which is 9. So y is going to equal 4 ninths.